Still will watch it. Not like watch it, but if it's on, I wouldn't turn it off. I enjoyed it. I watched it maybe a couple years ago.
I like how he had an accent for like a quarter of the movie.
Yeah, just the first part. Yeah, that's 100% true. Kevin Costner's accent only lasts for like until he gets back to his homeland.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
and then everybody's got an American accent.
Yeah, and then he's American for some reason.
Did you ever see the Ridley Scott one?
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Wasn't bad. Yeah, with what's his name?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, 38 Foot of Grunts, dude.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett. Or Blanchett.
It was okay.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't.
It was
like
different though. It was basically that he was Roman.
Yeah,
I think that's
the Gladiator. So Gladiator.
No, he was like up north. Wasn't that the one where he's up north fighting
something like that? Yeah,
fighting the Germanic tribes.
I don't know. We don't have
it doesn't matter.
I don't remember.
That has nothing to do with.
Well, this one had a toy line. Yeah. 91 had the toy line with all the fucking shitty.
This one had
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the toys, and they recycled. It was Kenner, and they recycled a lot of the like the Ewok Village was one of them.
Yeah.
They recycled a lot
for the
of
trees.
Shit. Yeah. So I mean, it was
more
impressionable.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman was a badass in this movie too. I mean,
he's
he was
blind,
really good.
right?
No. He was
that's
just
the joke one. That's the Mel Brooks one.
Yeah.
Let me see here, and then another one, and this one, I know I'm not going to go with that one yet, just because, Double Impact. And Double Impact was another Van Damme vehicle.
Yeah.
Because he had his twin brother, and that was kind of everybody had to do that.
Did he get paid twice?
That's what I was just going to say. He's like, no, I'll get paid twice this time.
Yeah, but they lowered my salary, so it equals one. And it was a horrible movie too. It's like the island that they went to on Steve Zissou to fight or some shit like that. It was weird. It was just a weird movie. Okay, I'm gonna defer it over to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I've got to talk about my Star Trek one, Star Trek Generations with Patrick Stewart and William Shatner. I've never seen it, I don't think.
That's got to be the worst.
I think it's the weakest out of all of the Star Trek movies.
Oh my God.
I only said it because you guys said I had to say the Star Trek movie.
It's got to be the worst one, right?
I think it's the weakest out of all of the Star Trek movies. A lot of people love it. But
they tried to blend the original series with the new Next Generation. And Kirk dies, right? It's just stupid.
Yeah, he dies really in the what did they call that thing? The Nexus.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I know a lot about this shit, dude. For real.
I don't know. Just because my last name's Tribble doesn't mean I know much about Star Trek.
I would say mine wins the Star Trek of the best one.
I think so.
I would rather watch that than that one.
I would rather watch yours than any of them for sure.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Generations is one of the few movies I got to see in the theaters with my dad.
Really? Oh, so that's probably cool for you.
That sounds like he's passed. He's not. I'm just
okay. I was like, oh my God.
That real fast.
I was like, oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, but it's
So do you have a fond memory of it then?
I mean, like, I liked it, but I was a pretty young kid.
Sure,
really
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's they're all fun to watch, I think, but that one
Yeah, looking back, I have never watched it again, so I have that memory. I think I'll leave it like that, I guess.
Yeah, just leave it.
Just leave it the way it is.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it.
Yeah.
All right, so over to me. What did I? Oh, I did the Star Trek thing.
Yes.
I've got a Van Damme vehicle in this. It wouldn't have made my list for any reason other than it's terrible, and that would be Street Fighter.
Oh,
dude,
I watched that movie in the theater at least 20 times.
And I'm going to piggyback off that. We can talk about it a little bit. But you know what else came out? Double Dragon with Alyssa Milano. I don't know who else was in it.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
What? That movie gets no attention because I remember watching that a lot as a child.
Double Dragon?
Yeah. And no one ever talks about it. You talk about...
Hey, maybe it's a piece of drop culture we could expound on.
Maybe. Yeah.
But you always hear people talking about like Street Fighter. People talk about that in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which sucks, blows.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, keep going.
Double Dragon is... It's actually pretty sweet, but
it is. I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's almost a throwback to that '80s movie, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
The Last Dragon.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna say one more. This is probably, I'm assuming, the action movie that you would speak of because this was a big deal. and I've never seen it all the way through.
I know. That's how I knew.
Speed.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
No, it was a huge
rules.
It was a huge movie. I haven't seen it
was
in
a big
like
deal.
10 or 15 years. It's been a long time since I've watched it.
I've never tried to watch it again after it came out. I was like 3 times.
Yeah.
Fell
Dude,
asleep. I'm not watching it.
Mitch
I can give you
bought
the
it for me
Blu-ray.
on
I'm not gonna do
VHS,
it.
and I need to
Really?
like hook up my VHS player. Yeah,
It's a VCR.
yeah. Oh, VHS player.
I've never heard. That's not a thing. It's a VCR.
It says a lot of them actually. It says that on the door
Yeah,
sometimes.
VHS
player.
Okay,
think it
semantics
says-
here.
No one's ever,
Semantics.
I've never heard anyone say that until
I'm
like,
gonna
Blu-ray
knock
players.
off a couple more action movies real
Okay,
quick.
okay,
and then
okay.
I'll
But Street
kick it
Fighter's
over.
sweet too. They were
Yeah,
on a bunch.
yeah.
He was.
I hated that fucking movie.
Jean Claude.
It was a horrible movie. but I
Jean
loved
Claude
it.
was on a bunch of cocaine.
Yeah.
I bet he
Yeah,
was.
Yeah. And
I would have had
had
to been on a bunch of cocaine to say yes.
Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue was in there, and one of the Vatos Locos was in there. He was Ken.
And it was what's his name's last film. He died.
Yeah, Raul Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I saw it a lot while I was stoned.
Yeah.
So there was the Wyatt Earp movie that came out right after the Tombstone movie, which was
That was
okay. It was
Kevin
pretty good,
Costner, right?
Yeah, but it came out after Tombstone, so it was fucked.
Yeah.
Also, The Specialist. I don't know if you remember that
I don't know that
with
one.
your boy.
It's your
Stallone.
boy.
Specialist. Yes.
Stallone,
Okay. Well, of course, I never really watched it that much, but it was
Sure.
it wasn't a bad one.
And again, just kind of a highlight, I think, of these, as far as just pure action movies.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I would throw Surviving the Game in there, which I
Ooh.
absolutely love.
Yeah, that was a great
Ice-T
movie.
my God.
and
Okay,
Rutger
so-
Hauer.
Yeah, you might have
Gary
just won
Busey.
it. You might have, yeah, Gary Busey.
Oddly
he tells
enough,
the story
yeah.
about the fucking pit bull.
Yeah.
You might have just won it. That movie.
I saw this movie 4 times in Cuba in a outdoor theater.
Oh,
Damn.
really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That is so cool. I used to love that movie. So I mean, I do love that movie. That when they go and they eat, the breakfast looks so good in the morning.
know, right?
And they okay, now we're gonna hunt you, homeless guy. You have 30 seconds, go or whatever. And the boy drops from the log. That's sad. That always made me feel sad.
Oh.
He's like, Dad, and it's that same like yeah, like that same like generic scream they put in there.
It's a good movie, though.
It's awesome.
So that's kind of my wrap on pure action movies.
Okay.
Pure action movies. Again,
from '94, a lot of good.
From 94.
Not a lot.
So Tyson.
Oh, back to me.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's kind of wrap up some action, like the pure action kind of movies, if you have those available.
okay. Yeah.
Stay in that vein. Let's get those knocked out.
I got a couple more.
Just making
Yeah, no,
sure.
of course. Well, we can just start wherever.
The
Doesn't
one,
matter.
I guess, the last one I can think of here is going to be the first. Do you know the first movie that was ever released on DVD?
No.
Twister.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I did. I should have known that.
So this is a big deal. It was,
Yeah, it was a
DVD
huge
was a
movie.
big deal.
Wow.
DVD players.
Yeah.
We
And,
played Twister on all the TVs at the Sears that I worked at.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that would be definitely a thing that would have been going on because it would be like, look at this wonderful sound system because the visual effects were a big deal,
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying.
It was a great movie.
it was directed by Jan de Bont.
Yep.
Because he was the cinematographer on Speed, correct?
Probably.
Oh, like he was on speed while doing his cinematography.
He was the cinematographer on Speed,
For
but
the
I
movie
might
Speed.
Oh, right.
I could be
Well,
wrong. though.
his name was all over the 90s anyway.
Yeah. I forgot.
Twister mainly.
And
put him on
honestly,
the
I
map.
didn't dig that far into Speed to be able to tell you that.
Oh, I love that movie, dude. I think
I know, and a lot of people do, and I love them for loving that movie. But
I never tried it. I mean, watched it. No, I'm just kidding.
that was Jan de Bont's first movie, or he was the cinematographer on that movie, and Twister was his first movie. But anyway, we all remember the THX and ILM visual effects and all that
That was a
stuff.
huge deal.
Big deal. And
cows spinning,
going driving through the house.
Now we got Sharknadoes. Fuck yeah.
But this one.
Sharknadoes and
This one's
Zombie-nados.
got to be the coolest
Is
one.
there
though.
really a Zombie NATO?
Yeah, it's on
Oh, wait.
Z
We
Nation.
should talk about that, didn't we? A
Yeah.
long
Z Nation had a
Z-Nation.
zombie tornado in it.
I am sad.
Yeah, it's pretty
What?
crazy. Yeah. We won't talk about that.
So now,
I am so sorry. I brought the mood down.
I'm going to kind of mix it up here and kind of go into some like more action comedies.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? Like some more things that are violent but still funny. The first one that comes to mind is, have you ever seen Bulletproof?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Adam Sandler.
Sandler and
Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans.
yeah.
It's a pretty good one.
It's a short movie. It's really, really funny. It's violent and action, and what's his nuts is in it. James Caan. James Caan.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's short. It's funny. I always remember laughing at like he had the joint up his ass or something. I don't know. Adam Sandler was funny, and it showed kind of a little bit more of a different side of Adam Sandler. You know, even now he's getting praise for that Uncut Gems. Might sound like he might get an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, it looks like a decent movie too.
It does.
It does. Yeah. But you know what I mean? It was one of those first ones because you had not the other one that came out this year, but you had Billy Madison came out, and then he was on SNL and he was getting up in this time.
Billy Madison was a hit too.
Yeah, Billy Madison was a hit, and I'll just say another one that came out this year was Happy Gilmore. Was another one.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Bob fucking say what's his name?
Price is wrong, bitch.
Baker, Bob Baker,
Barker.
Bob Barker. Yeah. Anyway,
Bob Baker.
So it was Bob Baker. So
That's the guy you hire when you can't get Bob Barker.
it was just one of those ones where you saw Adam Sandler do something
different,
a little bit different because he's like an action star. He's shooting, and his line deliveries and stuff is clever and everything. But another one I wanted to get out real quick was Tim Burton's Mars Attacks.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's so cheesy, it's good.
I know, right?
It's so bad, it's good.
It's based on the Topps comic cards or whatever.
It's definitely
Topps cards.
It definitely feels of that time though. And
Pam Grier,
a lot
Michael
of
J.
people
Fox.
in it. Yeah.
Michael J. Fox,
Danny DeVito.
God.
Jack Nicholson twice.
Yes.
I read that. I read that. What did I read? It was something about Jack Nicholson. The studios said they couldn't kill Jack Nicholson or something, so they killed him twice, so he would get around the clause or something like that because he plays the president with Glenn Close as the first lady. I have a memory of this getting sick seeing this in the theater, and the friend I was with thought I was getting sick because of the movie, and maybe I was. I don't know. But I just remember.
Like, no, I wasn't sick because of the movie.
I was like, no,
Who are you?
I like this movie. It's not bad.
I just ate too much popcorn. That's what happened. And anyway,
Too fast.
Jack Black gets
Yeah.
disintegrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just the way they're killed, and it's just a cool.
Yeah. No, it was a really awesome.
Pierce Brosnan.
Tim Burton was he was a very, very big time in the 90s too. So he made some really good movies.
Yeah.
You sounded like Jimmy from in adulthood a little bit ago. You were like
Stiff competition. Stiff competition.
Okay, so my turn.
You have 96 rules. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can kind of 91 was a huge year for fucking action movies because again,
take as much time as you need to get there.
I'm gonna mention one that's definitely left an indelible. I can't say that fucking word. Whatever.
You're fine.
A very, very, very great impression on me, which was The Rocketeer.
Oh yeah, great.
I love that movie.
That was the same director that did Captain America: First Avenger.
Yeah,
right?
Joe Johnston.
Joe Johnston, that was one of his first movies, and it was just such a fucking awesome movie all
And
the
I
way
hear
through.
that's coming back around, right? Rocketeer didn't.
I heard it
see
might get a
I-
reboot. It was the second one after Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I don't think that they should because this one stands alone as being pretty good.
But it's based on a comic.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, kind of in a weird way.
You don't get you don't get to call that if it's based on a comic though. 'Cause you can go on to anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I'm just saying the studios are going to be like, let's just mine this
It's an
property
IP,
more.
yeah.
But I do agree with you. That was a great Disney movie. It was one of
I
those
agree.
cool,
It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Not
It still stands pretty fucking good on there.
Not enough PG movies out there. I'll just say that.
You know what else came out this year too? And I think this is a very, very, very unsung or unpraised movie. It's called Ricochet with Denzel Washington
Yeah, I
and John
remember that.
Lithgow.
Yeah.
It was a fucking great movie. Denzel Washington stopped making action movies.
Yeah.
Whenever he did the one with Russell Crowe in it, he basically stopped because they didn't make any money.
Right.
Virtuosity or whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie.
Because they didn't make a lot of money and they were trying to put him in these roles for it, but he was awesome in them. They were great. And this one was a really, really good one because it was the, basically where he was in Watts or some shit like that, and he kind of gets framed because he's a DA, but he's got to go after even that scene where they were in there fighting in the prison and they had all like the armor made out of phone books and shit.
Sure.
Fucking crazy. And John Lithgow was wicked. It was just awesome. I don't know if you guys are really a big fan of like the Kung Fu cinema that was coming out about this time, like Once Upon a Time in China. That was
absolutely.
Jet Li movie was fucking awesome.
Of course.
It was a really great movie. Let me see if I got another. Oh yeah, and now this one. There's two more that I'm going to mention out of the action genre, and there's one I'm going to leave kind of towards the end.
Okay.
But The Hard Way, which was a James Wood vehicle.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which wasn't a bad movie.
It's okay.